In 1976, in a small garage in Los Altos, California, a revolution was quietly brewing. This wasn't just any garage. It was the birthplace of a company that would one day change the world. This is the story of Apple, a tale of ambition, failure, and incredible comeback. Our story begins with two Steves: Steve Jobs, the visionary marketer, and Steve Wozniak, the engineering genius. On April Fool's Day, 1976, their first product, the Apple I, was essentially a motherboard sold to hobbyists. It was Wozniak's creation, a brilliant piece of engineering, but it was Jobs who saw its potential to be more than just a kit for enthusiasts. He dreamed of putting a computer in the hands of everyday people. Together with Ronald Wayne, they founded Apple Computer Incorporated. Just a year later, in 1977, they launched the Apple II. This was the game changer. Unlike the Apple I, it was a complete, ready-to-use computer with a keyboard, a case, and the ability to display color graphics. The Apple II became one of the first commercially successful personal computers, catapulting Apple into the public eye and making its founders millionaires. For over a decade, the Apple II family was the company's main source of revenue, funding its growth and future innovations. As the 1980s dawned, Apple went public, creating more millionaires overnight than any company in history at that point. But a storm was brewing. Jobs, driven by his vision for a radically user-friendly computer, initiated the Macintosh project. He famously led a team of pirates to build a machine that was insanely great. In 1984, Apple aired a now legendary Super Bowl commercial, directed by Ridley Scott, that introduced the Macintosh to the world. It promised to shatter the status quo of computing. When Jobs unveiled the Macintosh, it was a marvel. It introduced the graphical user interface, complete with windows, icons, and a mouse, to the mass market. It was intuitive, friendly, and empowering. The Macintosh didn't just sell a product, it sold an idea that technology could be for everyone. However, the Mac's high price and limited software held back its initial sales. Tensions within the company grew, particularly between Jobs and the CEO he had hired, John Sculley. This power struggle culminated in 1985 with a boardroom coup that forced Steve Jobs out of the very company he co-founded. It was a devastating blow, both for Jobs and for Apple. After his departure, Jobs founded Next, a company focused on powerful workstations for the education market. And he also acquired a small computer graphics division from Lucasfilm, which he would rename Pixar. Meanwhile, Apple, under Sculley's leadership, enjoyed a period of growth, focusing on the profitable Macintosh line. But without Jobs' visionary direction, the company began to lose its innovative edge. A series of product missteps and a bloated product line left Apple confused and struggling by the mid-1990s. The once mighty innovator was now bleeding money and widely predicted to go bankrupt. Commentators suggested the company should be sold off in pieces. In a twist of fate worthy of a Hollywood movie, Apple's salvation came from the very man it had cast out. In 1997, desperately in need of a modern operating system, Apple acquired Next for over $400 million. And with that acquisition, Steve Jobs returned, initially as an advisor, and then as interim CEO, or as he called it, ICO. Jobs' return was electric. He immediately went to work, ruthlessly simplifying the product line from dozens of models down to just 4. He famously drew a simple 2x2 grid, consumer and pro on one axis, desktop and portable on the other. He forged a surprising alliance with Microsoft, securing a $150 million investment to shore up Apple's finances. He re-energized the company's culture and launched the iconic Think Different ad campaign, celebrating the rebels and misfits who changed the world. Then came the products. In 1998, the iMac G3 burst onto the scene. It was a colorful, all-in-one computer that looked like nothing else on the market. It was designed to be beautiful, simple, and get you on the internet in just 2 steps. The I in iMac stood for Internet, and it re-established Apple as a leader in design and innovation. But the iMac was just the beginning of Apple's second act. In 2001, Jobs unveiled a device that would redefine the music industry, the iPod. With its iconic scroll wheel and the simple promise of 1,000 songs in your pocket, the iPod, paired with the iTunes Store, created a seamless ecosystem for digital music that users loved. It became a cultural phenomenon and a massive financial success, paving the way for Apple's expansion beyond computers. Building on this momentum, Apple continued to innovate. But their next move would be their most audacious yet. Jobs had noticed that everyone carried a phone, a music player, and a camera. He envisioned a single device that could do it all, and do it better. In 2007, Steve Jobs walked on stage and announced, "Today, Apple is going to reinvent the phone." He introduced the iPhone. It was a widescreen iPod with touch controls, a revolutionary mobile phone, and a breakthrough internet communications device, all in one. With its multi-touch interface, full web browser, and sleek design, the iPhone was years ahead of its time. It didn't just change the phone industry. It created the modern smartphone market and laid the foundation for the app economy. The hits kept coming. In 2010, Apple introduced the iPad, creating an entirely new category of device between the smartphone and the laptop. It proved critics wrong and became another blockbuster success, changing how we consume media, read, and work. Tragically, in 2011, Steve Jobs passed away after a long battle with illness. The world mourned the loss of a true visionary. The question on everyone's mind was, could Apple continue its incredible run without him? His hand-picked successor, Tim Cook, stepped into an impossibly large pair of shoes. Cook, an operational genius, proved to be exactly what Apple needed for its next chapter. Under his leadership, Apple has not only continued to refine the iPhone and iPad, but has also launched successful new product categories like the Apple Watch and AirPods, which dominate their respective markets. Cook has overseen Apple's growth into the world's first $1 trillion, and then $2 trillion public company, expanding its services division with offerings like Apple Music, iCloud, and Apple TV+. From a garage in California to the most valuable company on the planet, the story of Apple is a testament to the power of vision, design, and a relentless focus on the user experience. It's a story of how a few rebels who dared to think different ended up putting a dent in the universe. What started as a hobbyist dream has become an integral part of modern life for billions of people, and its journey is far from over. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this journey through tech history, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more stories like this.